Have you ever wondered why some cars just feel special, even before you step inside? Not because they're the fastest or the most expensive, but because they carry a quiet authority. That's the Toyota Crown, a name that might not shout, but certainly commands respect. And in 2026, it's making a comeback like never before. Stay with this video till the end, because what Toyota has done with the new Crown isn't just about a fresh design. It's a complete transformation rooted in decades of legacy and modern power. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this sedan could become one of the most underrated luxury choices of the next generation. Let's start by going back in time, way back to 1955. That's when Toyota first introduced the Crown in Japan. It wasn't just a car. It was Japan's first true domestically developed passenger vehicle, built not under the influence of Western designs, but created with the Japanese road and driver in mind. That matters, because the Crown was never about copying luxury. It was about defining it in its own terms. A car for executives, dignitaries, and those who had truly arrived. For more than 6 decades, the Crown remained a symbol of status and reliability in Asia. In fact, it's Toyota's longest-running nameplate. Generations of Japanese buyers chose it not just for what it did, but for what it represented: elegance, seriousness, and restraint. But times changed. Sedans began to fall behind SUVs. Buyers wanted boldness, technology, something fresh. Toyota knew it couldn't keep the old Crown alive on nostalgia alone. So instead of retiring the badge, they chose to reinvent it. That reinvention became very real with the 2023 Crown crossover sedan, a bold, high-riding blend of sedan and SUV. But now, for 2026, Toyota is bringing us something even more refined. A return to the traditional sedan shape, but with futuristic design, hybrid performance, and luxury thinking that speaks to a new generation of car lovers. Psychologically, car lovers are drawn to heritage. Why? Because it gives us emotional trust. It's why we admire vehicles like the Mustang, the 911, the G-Class. These aren't just machines, they're stories on wheels. The Crown taps into that same feeling. The name might sound royal, and that's no accident. It was meant to stand above, and now it's rising again. But Toyota didn't just rely on the past to shape this car's future. Engineers went deeper. They asked, what does modern luxury look like to someone who doesn't want to show off? The answer became the 2026 Crown, a car that balances strength and subtlety. Not loud, but impossible to ignore. And here's where the psychology really kicks in. People are naturally drawn to balance. In design, in sound, in movement, our brains are wired to trust things that feel centered and composed. The 2026 Crown embodies that. Its proportions are clean, its lines are smooth, and every detail feels intentional. That's not just good design, it's good communication. A car that silently says, I've got nothing to prove, but everything to offer. Car enthusiasts also crave individuality. In a world filled with clones and trends, we look for vehicles that stand apart. The Crown delivers on that too. While every brand chases sporty aggression or bulky dominance, Toyota gave the Crown elegance. It doesn't try to intimidate, it tries to impress. And impress it does. The Crown has always been Toyota's quiet flagship, above the Camry, beside the Lexus in some cases, but never flashy. It's for the driver who notices craftsmanship, who values peace on the road, who doesn't need to accelerate 0 to 60 in 3 seconds to feel powerful, because they understand that true strength is controlled, not chaotic. By reimagining the Crown in 2026, Toyota isn't just making a car, they're making a statement. A sedan can still be desirable, it can still be elegant, it can still matter. And here's something interesting. When Toyota tested early prototypes, they noticed something unusual. Test drivers, many of them accustomed to high-end European brands, reported feeling calm and confident in the Crown. That calmness wasn't accidental. It was part of Toyota's philosophy of Shinshin Toitsu, a Japanese idea that body and mind should move in harmony. That same principle shaped the Crown's driving experience. So why should car lovers care? Because the Crown isn't trying to chase trends. It's setting its own. It's not pretending to be something it's not. And in a market filled with performance-first, attention-hungry cars, there's something deeply refreshing about a vehicle that puts presence above pretense. And that's what makes it elegant and strong. Stick around, because the next part of this video will explore exactly how Toyota made this car look so bold without losing its class. From the sculpted lines to the subtle chrome, the exterior tells a powerful story, and you'll want to hear it. The 2026 Toyota Crown isn't just a new model. It's a quiet revolution in the world of sedans, and we're just getting started. When you first see the 2026 Toyota Crown, something shifts. It's not just the silhouette or the shine, it's the way the car stands. Tall, grounded, and composed. There's a presence to it, like it belongs on a red carpet but is still ready for the open highway. This is the result of careful, deliberate design, where every line, every surface, every curve was built to balance elegance and power in one bold form. Toyota didn't just design the Crown to be attractive, they sculpted it to communicate. Psychologically, people respond to proportion before detail. Our brains are wired to process the shape of an object in milliseconds. That's why the first impression matters so much. The Crown makes its impact immediately, thanks to a long wheelbase, wide track, and low roofline that give it a planted, assertive stance. Without even starting the engine, it looks like it owns the road. The front end is where this message begins. A wide, seamless grille stretches across the face, flanked by sharp LED headlamps that are thin, precise, and slightly aggressive, but never angry. Toyota uses a hammerhead design language here, meant to mimic strength and clarity. The lower bumper is structured, not cluttered, giving the car a confident, unforced look. Humans naturally respond to symmetry and sharpness. Research in design psychology shows that symmetrical objects are seen as more trustworthy, and sharp lines are perceived as more dynamic. The Crown plays into both of these instincts. The lines along the hood and fenders aren't just for looks, they're tools for storytelling. They guide the eye. They suggest motion even when the car is still, and they trigger the same part of the brain that responds to movement in living things. It's subtle, but effective. Walk around the side and you'll notice how the Crown blends traditional sedan cues with a fastback profile. It's sleek but not sporty in a loud way. The roofline flows cleanly into the trunk, creating a unified coupe-like silhouette. This isn't just a styling choice, it's an emotional signal. Fastback shapes are associated with speed and modernity, while the long sedan body tells us this is still a car rooted in luxury and comfort. The doors are frameless, adding to the premium feel. The shoulder line runs straight and firm across the length of the car, giving it tension and strength. Design psychologists call this a visual spine, a feature that makes a vehicle look structurally sound and balanced. On a subconscious level, this makes the Crown feel safer, more trustworthy, and more solid. Then there's the use of chrome. Strategic, not excessive. Chrome accents along the window trim and lower body act as visual highlights. They reflect light and motion, catching the eye without screaming for attention. Human psychology links reflective surfaces to quality and refinement. That's why even in high-end architecture, metallic finishes are used sparingly but effectively, to elevate, not dominate. The Crown understands this perfectly. At the rear, the design tightens. The taillights stretch across the width, creating visual stability. A continuous LED strip connects both ends, giving the car a futuristic glow when lit. There's no excessive badging or wild spoilers, just clean design. This restraint is powerful. It tells the driver you don't need to shout to be noticed. What's also interesting is how Toyota has applied aerodynamic intelligence into the design without disrupting its elegance. Air ducts, underbody panels, and smooth wheel arches are all integrated seamlessly. These aren't just functional, they're examples of form-meeting function in a way that supports the car's overall identity. When every part of a design has a purpose, the result is harmony. And psychologically, people equate harmony with luxury. Even the wheels have been carefully considered. Offered in 19 and 21-inch sizes, the alloy patterns are bold, with deep spokes and contrasting finishes. Larger wheels signal power and authority, while the spoke designs give a sense of forward momentum. That motion, even when still, evokes excitement. A key factor for car enthusiasts who fall in love with machines that look like they want to move. Color options for the 2026 Crown also reflect psychological insight. Toyota offers several two-tone combinations, something previously seen only in premium or concept cars. The most popular? A deep black roof with a rich, metallic bronze or red body. Two-tone finishes add visual interest and break the monotony. They also send a signal of exclusivity, a small but powerful trigger for drivers who want to stand out without being loud. All these visual elements work together to create one unified effect: confidence. Not arrogance, not aggression. Just calm, quiet confidence. And that's what resonates with car lovers who've matured in their taste. The kind of enthusiast who once chased noise and horsepower now appreciates composure and intention. And that's exactly what the 2026 Crown delivers. There's a growing psychological trend in consumer behavior. People are valuing products that reflect who they are, not just what they can do. They want authenticity, purpose, subtlety. The Crown's exterior speaks to this shift. It's a design not made for trends, but made for taste. This is not a car that tries to look like everything else on the road. It doesn't need to. It knows what it is. It owns its space. And that kind of clarity, that visual honesty, is rare in today's car market. The 2026 Toyota Crown doesn't scream. It whispers with authority. And when you see it glide by, you understand something deeper. Elegance isn't about standing out. It's about standing above. Step inside the 2026 Toyota Crown, and the entire tone of the experience shifts again. On the outside, it's about presence and prestige, but once you enter the cabin, the focus becomes intimacy and intelligence. It's quiet, comfortable, and intuitively designed, not just to impress the senses, but to soothe the mind. This is where elegance becomes personal. The first thing you notice is the silence. Toyota has invested heavily in sound insulation, acoustic glass, and active noise control. But this isn't just about removing road noise. It's about protecting your attention. Studies in human psychology show that lower ambient noise levels reduce mental fatigue and increase focus. The Crown creates what experts call a cognitive cocoon, a space that allows the driver to stay relaxed and aware without sensory overload. Then comes the seating. Soft touch leather, finely stitched with precision, wraps around every contour. The front seats are heated, ventilated, and power adjustable in multiple directions. But beyond comfort, they're shaped to promote posture. The human body responds better to subtle lumbar support and a slightly elevated thigh angle, features designed into the Crown's seat architecture. It reduces long drive fatigue and improves mood, especially in urban stop-and-go conditions where many luxury vehicles are used daily. The dashboard greets you with symmetry and calm. Toyota didn't overcrowd it with unnecessary buttons or shapes. Everything is placed logically. The center console is slightly raised, giving a cockpit-like feel that boosts driver confidence. From an ergonomic standpoint, this layout reduces eye movement and improves reachability, a principle based on human-machine interface (HMI) research. The less you need to look around, the more in control you feel. And that control translates into comfort. A large 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster sits directly in front of the driver. It's fully customizable, letting you choose what you want to see, be it navigation, speed, fuel economy, or hybrid power flow. This reduces distraction and puts essential data within your natural field of vision. Studies show that customizable displays increase user satisfaction because they give a sense of ownership and familiarity. Next to it is another 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen, featuring Toyota's latest multimedia system. It's fast, fluid, and supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. But more importantly, the interface is designed for minimal cognitive load. Simple menus, large icons, voice recognition that actually understands normal speech patterns. These small touches reduce the mental effort it takes to use the system, something that truly matters during long drives or heavy traffic. Technology inside the Crown isn't just advanced, it's aware. The car uses driver monitoring systems to track attention levels. If the driver becomes drowsy or distracted, subtle alerts bring them back. There's also facial recognition for user profiles, adjusting seat position, mirror angles, and even climate preferences as soon as you enter. This level of personalization taps into a deep psychological trigger, the desire to feel seen. When a machine understands you, it instantly becomes more valuable. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather, with haptic controls that respond with light feedback, just enough to confirm your input, not overwhelm you. That touch-based feedback helps reinforce trust between driver and system. It's a concept proven in aviation and now refined for automotive luxury. When the machine answers your command with a tactile response, you feel more connected and in control. Ambient lighting plays a quiet but powerful role. Toyota has carefully tuned the Crown's interior lighting to shift based on time of day and driving mode. Cooler tones during daylight, warmer hues at night. This isn't just aesthetics, it supports your body's circadian rhythm. Soft interior lights reduce the harsh contrast between the road and cabin, easing eye strain and keeping your internal clock stable. It's a subtle detail, but one that affects how relaxed and refreshed you feel behind the wheel. The rear cabin continues the same level of care. Passengers get generous legroom, heated seats, USB-C ports, and climate vents. But the real highlight is how the space feels. The elevated seating position, the large windows, the quiet atmosphere, all of it combines to create what designers call a third space. Not home, not office, but something in between, a sanctuary on wheels. Storage is also well thought out. The center console includes deep compartments, wireless charging pads, and padded trays to protect valuables. Cup holders are spaced with real-world practicality. Even the glove box opens smoothly, with damped hinges to avoid harsh motion. These aren't luxuries, they're signals. signals that the people who built this car understand how details shape emotion. Air conditioning uses a smart multi-zone system that can direct airflow more gently around occupants rather than blasting it directly. The system even includes pollen and PM2.5 filters, making the air inside cleaner and more breathable. This attention to environmental comfort isn't just about health, it's about control. The more in command of your environment you feel, the more empowered you are as a driver. And this is the key to what makes the 2026 Crown's interior so compelling. It doesn't try to dazzle you with complexity. It focuses on clarity, comfort, and confidence. The design choices inside this cabin are rooted in understanding how humans think, feel, and react. That's why it feels so different from other sedans in its class. Because it's not trying to be a tech showroom, it's trying to be your space. Luxury is no longer defined by flashy materials or long feature lists. It's defined by how something makes you feel. And the Crown delivers this quietly, without pushing. It understands that true comfort comes not from having everything, but from having exactly what you need, when and where you need it. This is what modern elegance looks like inside a car. Not overwhelming, not underwhelming, just right. A space that listens, a space that adapts, a space that earns your trust mile after mile. Beneath the refined surface of the 2026 Toyota Crown lies a core of engineering that speaks not in noise, but in control. It's where quiet elegance transforms into confident strength. The kind of strength that doesn't need to prove itself with brute force, but does so with precision, balance, and reliability. This is where the Crown truly earns its title, not just in looks or comfort, but in motion. At the heart of the Crown's powertrain is Toyota's latest hybrid technology, offered in two variations. The first is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder hybrid system known for its proven efficiency and smooth operation. It's the setup for drivers who prioritize daily usability, fuel savings, and long-distance peace of mind. But for those who want more performance without giving up refinement, Toyota also offers a 2.4-liter turbocharged hybrid paired with the brand's direct shift 6-speed automatic and e-axle electric drive system. This combination delivers not only higher output but a more dynamic driving experience, with better responsiveness across all speed ranges. What's remarkable is how seamlessly these systems operate. Toyota has been refining hybrid drivetrains for over 2 decades, and with the 2026 Crown, that maturity is felt in every start, every acceleration, and every corner. There's no drama, no lag, and no unpredictable behavior. Just smooth transitions, consistent torque, and an overall sense of confidence. And that matters, because confidence behind the wheel taps directly into a core psychological need: safety through control. Control is the key word here. The Crown doesn't try to overwhelm with raw power figures. Instead, it gives the driver full command through predictability and composure. The turbocharged hybrid produces around 340 horsepower, but the way it's delivered is what makes the difference. Acceleration is brisk, yet never jerky. It builds progressively, allowing the driver to feel in sync with the machine. This harmony between man and machine creates what psychologists call flow state, a sense of effortless control that leads to greater satisfaction and even emotional well-being while driving. The strength of the Crown's performance is supported by its sophisticated chassis. Toyota has equipped the sedan with a newly refined TNGA-K platform, rigid, lightweight, and engineered for balance. This foundation minimizes body roll and increases cornering stability. Combined with a multi-link rear suspension, the car glides over rough roads without disconnecting the driver from the surface. It's not just comfortable, it's communicative. And that communication is critical. Enthusiasts value feedback, steering that talks back, suspension that informs, brakes that respond precisely. The Crown delivers all of this in a way that feels intuitive, not artificial. Electric power steering has been tuned to offer natural resistance and accurate tracking. Whether in tight city turns or open highway curves, the car remains centered and composed. The inclusion of an electronic all-wheel drive system, called E4 Advanced, is another quiet innovation. It operates seamlessly, sending torque to the rear wheels when needed, improving traction in wet or uneven conditions. Unlike traditional mechanical systems, this one responds instantly, without delay or drag. And that gives the driver something very specific: peace of mind. Peace of mind isn't just an emotion. It's a cognitive advantage. Studies in driver psychology show that when a vehicle feels stable and responsive, drivers are less stressed, more alert, and make better decisions on the road. The Crown's handling package has been tuned with this exact outcome in mind. It reduces unnecessary drama and enhances confidence, making every journey smoother and safer. Braking is equally refined. Large ventilated disc brakes offer strong, consistent stopping power. Regenerative braking blends invisibly with hydraulic systems, so the transition is fluid and natural. This helps recharge the battery during deceleration while maintaining brake feel that inspires trust. That brake feel is critical in luxury sedans. It's one of the most direct ways a driver gauges a car's quality. In the Crown, it's solid, progressive, and predictable. Even the throttle tuning is thoughtful. In normal mode, the response is measured and composed, ideal for smooth city driving. Switch to sport mode, and the Crown sharpens. The throttle becomes more eager, the transmission holds gears longer, and the electric motors assist more aggressively. This duality allows the driver to tailor the car's personality without losing its essence. And while performance is a key part of strength, efficiency remains a foundational value in the Crown's philosophy. The hybrid systems are designed not just for power, but for sustainability. Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive manages fuel and electric power with real-time optimization, delivering high miles per gallon without sacrificing performance. For drivers who want strength without guilt, this system offers an ideal balance. What's also worth noting is the Crown's quietness at speed. Engineers applied advanced sound-damping materials throughout the cabin and engine bay. Road noise, wind noise, and even drivetrain hum are suppressed, but not completely erased, because part of the driving experience includes connection to the road. Instead of isolation, the Crown offers a filtered sensation, enough to feel engaged, enough to feel alive. This is what sets the Crown apart. It's not trying to be a sports sedan. It's not trying to mimic European aggression. It's charting its own course, where performance is measured not just in power, but in poise, in how the car makes you feel as it moves. Because car lovers don't just want speed, they want sensation, they want feedback. They want to feel like the car is an extension of themselves. The 2026 Toyota Crown delivers that with restraint and sophistication. The strength behind its style isn't just horsepower, it's harmony. Harmony between the engine and the road, between the driver and the machine, between motion and motion. And that is where the Crown rises, not through noise or chaos, but through quiet, composed power that stays with you long after the drive is over.